Right, a broader view. That must have landed hard on his defense team. Were they thinking the acquittals might lead to release? What are they doing now?
Oh, absolutely. You could tell they were hoping. He's already served nearly 10 months, right?
Yep.
In federal detention in Brooklyn. So between that time served and the acquittals, they clearly thought release was possible. Now, his lawyers have actually asked the court to speed things up. They want the sentencing date moved forward from October 2025.
October 3rd, 2025. That's still a long way off.
Exactly. They're citing the psychological toll this long detention is taking on him, so they're pushing for urgency.
Okay, so given the judge's stance, the continued detention, the big question everyone's asking is, what sentence is he realistically looking at? We hear the maximum for those counts, but what do the guidelines actually suggest?
Well, yeah, the maximum possible is definitely 20 years for those two counts combined.
Hmm.
But the federal sentencing guidelines, they suggest something quite a bit lower for these specific offenses, probably in the range of 4 to 5 years.
4 to 5 years, okay?
Yeah, so like 51 to 63 months. And here's the fascinating part. He's already done almost a year.
Right, the time served.
Exactly. So his remaining time behind bars could potentially end up being less than 2 years. It really depends on the judge's final call. And that kind of brings us to the bigger picture, doesn't it? The court's got this balancing act. It's not just the facts of this case. It's about the message it sends, about power, about accountability, especially for someone so high profile.
Yeah, and speaking of that message, outside the courtroom, people are really divided, aren't they? You see the supporters, the free puff chants, people thinking the charges were maybe overblown or, politically motivated even.
Mm-hmm.
But then you have the other side. Critics, survivor advocacy groups. They're demanding a strong sentence. They want an example made. They're worried he might get sort of special treatment because he's famous. It really highlights that tightrope the court has to walk.
Exactly. The court knows everyone's watching. Its decision is going to be dissected, through the lens of fairness. Is justice the same for everyone, regardless of fame? And what this raises a really important question, maybe for you listening too. Which way will the judge lean? Towards rehabilitation, maybe focusing on the time already served, leaning towards early release? Or will the court decide to send a powerful message about accountability, no matter who you are, really emphasizing those serious convictions?
It's a critical moment for him, that's for sure. His future, his public image, it all hangs in the balance right now. One thing is definitely clear. This story isn't over. The final chapter, it's still being written. And the whole country is watching to see what happens next.